today's session is really about how to invite natural solutions into our self-care plan, how to help ourselves with what nature has to offer. Now, the religious perspective or the spiritual perspective on that approach would be in one of the hadiths of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who said that our job is to find solutions to any diseases, meaning we have to be very persistent in helping and resolving our wellness, helping ourselves either by going out there and seeking advice or either by doing our own research. And today I'm going to present to you flower remedies, but also herbs which help with anxieties. Of those flowers, some of those herbs, they act, or they have power to bind with benzodiazepine receptors, which can also be found in drug prescriptions for people who have sleeping issues or anxieties. So some researchers suggest that some of those flowers, some of those herbs which I'm going to mention today, they actually can bind with those receptors, and that's how we can naturally, without any side effects, reduce anxieties. Another very strong evidence suggests that some of those flowers and herbs which I'm going to mention today, they have quercetin or benzoflavone, meaning alkaloids, which have been found to increase GABA in our brain. And this is especially inhibitors in our neurotransmitters that help us to prevent overexcitement and help us to attain balance. And it also proven to decrease the activity of depression in brain cells as well as anxiety. So any type of stress that can go either in depression or anxiety, some of those flowers, some of those herbs, they already proven to reduce this reaction, this chemical reaction in our brain. Any advice which I'm going to give right now obviously is very generic, and in no circumstances it could be treated as a means of prescribing or a promise of any cure. You, at all times, it has to be said, you have to contact your doctor, your GP, your first contact, this doctor who decided to move his career from being bacteriologist, working with the feces, researching them and helping people to improve their digestive and metabolism properties. He decided to move into nature, and he started researching flowers, British flowers per se. And he wanted to help people with mental health at that time. So remember, it's 1920s, 1930s science. So obviously he had to go back to old stories, passed from generation to generation, and then he had to implement the current, at that times, his current methods of research. And he found that a special mixture of flowers, such as cherry plum, impatient, clementine, star of Bethlehem, or rock rose, those white flowers combination, which is called right now Rescue Remedy, can promote healthy sleep, lessen your anxieties, smoothen the pain, especially the skin burning pain, and can promote recovery from any type of stress which is affecting anxieties and sleeping disorders. So if you find yourself suffering with those symptoms and none of the talking therapy, none of the support of your friends and close ones can help, you might consider this remedy. It comes in sprays, cream, gels, balms, but also it comes in that beautiful liquidy form. For all of you who experience emotional upset, distress, fear, and you find yourself sometimes suffering with panic attacks. So this is for panic, distress, fear that can also stem from anxieties. I'm sure you can use your imagination to see how it all can happen and develop in that way. What this remedy can do, the emergency essence, what it can do for you is to slowly work with your body chemicals, work with your organs, because everything is interconnected, work with your cells until the point when you experience, when you no longer experience emotional threat, you are calm during even crisis situations. So the situation around you can still feel the same, but you feel more centered. So it can promote positive outcomes in situations when you lack in ability to cope or comfort yourself, or you are clueless how to initiate courage, sometimes to even stand for your rights. They are a combination of absolutely beautiful, amazing flowers, and I'm going to share the pictures with you today. So one of those flowers is Anglesworth. I hope you can see it. It's absolutely beautiful. Another combination, another flower that goes into this combination is Sundew. Another combination is Crowea. Another flower is Warat. Then Dog Rose. And if you can imagine all those beautiful flowers, those almost intoxicating colors go into this bottle, that mixture, that infusion of flowers to help your body naturally deal with situations which are simply crisis, which are simply overwhelming. And it just happens to you. No need for intensive relaxation, no need for intensive therapies. It just happens to you naturally. Another flower which I want to talk to you about is just behind me. I don't know if you can see it. There are 4 of them. They call it passiflora. They have intoxicating colors. Yeah. The moment you see them, again, if you are close to nature, the moment you see them, you want to be closer to them. You want to take them back home. They speak to you through colors and shape. They look almost exotic, yet we can find them here in UK. The reason why they called passiflora, it is because of a Spanish saint or a Spanish monk who was passing by UK, and he found this flower and he seen so much passion in it. Therefore he called it passion flower, and now it became passiflora. It has also been used by Native Americans to treat variety of conditions. You won't be surprised to hear it in natural medicine, because according to natural medicine, everything is connected. So they used to use it for liver problems, earache, wounds, and boils. And now, because we have so much science behind in natural medicines, we know that they can also help with insomnia and anxiety, adjustment disorder, as well as ADHD, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorders. But also they can act on people who experience low motivation and tiredness, so even fibromyalgia falls into that bracket. So for people who suffer anxieties, nervousness, insomnia, this is the flower you want to go for. Now I want to move to the flower which you can hopefully see behind me. It's not very attractive. It's normally seen on my hijab, but let me move away. I don't know if you can see. It's that white flower which looks less attractive. It doesn't smell attractive either. In fact, some people, they find it repulsive. Again, it can be found in the tincture form. as well. It's called valerian. It has been used for centuries by Greek, Roman practitioners, as well as Arab ones. It used to be called amantilla or nard in UK. That sounds maybe different to valeriana. Maybe it sounds better to some ears. And its origin, and the name of its origin is actually going back to Latins, where valere means good health. So again, for those of you who suffer relaxation problems, sleeping disorders, anxieties, nervousness, this valerian can promote feeling good, calmness, and relaxation. Also recognize that drinking or taking another herb, chamomile, which is just above me, yeah, I hope you can see it, has been found very useful to boost immune health, release anxieties and depression, as well as improve skin conditions. So chamomile can be found in the form of tea, in the form of tincture, in the form of different types of creams, even essential oils. And all of them, if used accordingly to instructions, they can promote mental health recovery.